Hey cuties, welcome. Today we are going to be discussing a favorite topic of mine, and that will be bugs. If you don't like bugs, then feel free to pick another video, come back to a different video if that's more comfortable for you. I do understand that some people are not comfortable with bugs. I will be showing a couple photos, so if you are sensitive to bugs, feel free to skip this one. That's completely okay. But for those of you that are staying, welcome, and I hope you will enjoy learning some cool fun facts today. The bugs that we are going to be talking about in particular will be weevils. If you do not know what a weevil is, they are small little insects about this big, and they come in a variety of colors, a variety of shapes, and they have a variety of uses. I don't know if that'd really be the right word, but they come in a variety of species as well. There are 970,000 different species, as far as I'm aware. There is not a lot known about specific species, however, there are some that are more common. I also will be looking down because I have just researched this. I try my best to have a lot of research and be completely aware of all the things I'm saying. I don't want to mislead anyone. So I will try my best to be as factual as possible, but if you know a lot about these bugs too, feel free to let me know if I said anything that is wrong. I am always open to criticism, and if there is something that you'd like to add, feel free to let me know. I will also be looking down. I don't know if I said that, but I have some notes here. I just want to make sure that I don't misquote and say something wrong. So let's get into it. Weevils. They are pretty important and they do play a big role in our ecosystem. There are, like I said, various different species. Most commonly you'll see the acorn weevil. Those are brown, just very common brown. They don't have a variety of patterns like most bugs do. And speaking of, weevils are not actually their own, I forget what it's called, but they're not their own species or family. They are actually part of beetles. They're a species of beetle, and like some bugs, they have 6 legs. They do not have 4. I messed up the other day and I thought they had 4 and was shocked to find out they had 6. But it's alright, I misremembered on my part, but well, you know. Weevils are herbivores and often eat plant juice, and specifically like the acorn weevil, they will eat acorns, and they pollinate, if you didn't know. But some species are also able to fly, if you didn't know that. But yes, back to acorn weevils. It will be one of the first species we talk about today. Sorry, my nose is really itchy. I have a pimple coming in. But they will use their nose. If you don't know, weevils have a really long nose, depending on the species, but these ones will use their nose and drill into acorns, and they will either eat the meat on the inside, the soft tissue that you see inside acorns, or they will plant their young. The females will bore into it and lay their eggs, and they will do that because the shell acts as a protectant for whenever the eggs are vulnerable, because the shell is fragile but the acorn isn't. They will also do this with other nuts like walnuts and just really any other thing that has a hard shell like that, and it is because it, 1, offers that protection, and 2, offers some nutrients for whenever they do hatch and break out. But there are also some species that do not lay their eggs into... Sorry, I've not had to do as much talking in a long time. There will be some species that do not lay their eggs in things such as walnuts or things like that. They will lay their eggs in nearby plants that they decide to host on, which is just their main feeding plant, if you will. And there are also species like the leaf-rolling weevils who will lay their eggs in nests made of rolled leaves. It's similar to how you have the, I think they're called, I don't know, they'll do bee hotels, they're little tunnels, the tunneling bees. They'll do stuff like that, and they'll be made of leaves for weevils, but oftentimes things like bees will make them out of paper or whatever. Anyways, I digress. They don't have many predators often due to the strong exoskeleton, their camouflage, and yes, like I said, sorry, I have to double check. I'm a little forgetful sometimes, but they have the ability to fly. Not all, but some do. Some actually have very beautiful wings. There is, however, the vulnerability of parasites. Some weevils are specifically vulnerable to parasites, as well as mites. That is just one to name a few, but that's the more commonly known one. That's the one they're more susceptible to out of most, is mites. More prone to predators, though, are the grubs, their babies, and that is because things like birds and other animals, as well as some people, will eat them. In some places, it is known as a delicacy to eat bugs, which, power to you. I have before. It wasn't pleasant. It was not really by choice. It was for a school grade. I had to eat some cheddar cheese flavored crickets. It's definitely an experience. If you want to, go ahead and try it. I would not do it again if given the chance, but it was for a grade, so I did. Anyways, the giraffe weevil. I'm sorry, give me 1 second. Sorry. Oh, goodness, I am so sorry. You okay? Giraffe weevils. So the males are actually more prominently shown in photos because they look more exaggerated than the females. The males of giraffe weevils have very long necks, 2 to 3 times the size of females, and that is to hopefully woo the female. That was an evolutionary trait, and that is for many uses actually. They have adapted to use their necks for a multitude of things, such as fighting, for mating, for foraging, and it just aids in other things. Specifically, commonly you'll see the males fighting each other, and that is if there's a female around and it is mating season, they will fight each other just like some other species do, and whoever wins will make an attempt to court the female. The females don't have long necks like the males do. They're a little shorter, but their necks still aren't as short as most weevils. Most weevils sit with a ball joint type neck. And that, back again on the acorn weevils, that is how they drill. It's a ball and socket type thing. It spins like that. But I digress. They also have a reddish-orange color to them. They're very vibrant. They're not really meant for camouflage, but they live in Madagascar, the forests of Madagascar, and their diet consists of tree leaves that they live in. And most commonly, the males will try to woo the females by dancing or showing off their bright colors, and the female will evaluate either through their show of strength, through fighting, their dances, or just if she approves of their color. And if she approves of the male, she will decide that yes, this is a suitable mate, and they will have their moment, and she will go and lay eggs. And the females have been seen rolling up leaves and laying eggs in them. That is how they store their babies. I don't know if that's the right term for that, but they will roll up their babies, just one egg, in a tube of leaf, and the baby will hatch out and eat the leaf. And that is what they do so that the baby has nutrients. In my opinion, I think it's kind of odd that it's only one, but I assume that it's because the leaf is not that big. I have not seen these Madagascar forests, so I don't know how big the leaves are, but I am so sorry, excuse me. But I assume it's because the leaves aren't big enough to just sustain two babies, so they just lay one egg. Anyways, next bug, the painted weevil. They are 5.66 millimeters by 3.71. As a full-grown adult, which in all reality isn't that big. They're like smaller than your thumb. They could fit on your thumb. They are not big species, but they are very beautiful. Like I said in the beginning, if you are not comfortable with bugs, I don't recommend it if you're still here, but if you are, I do recommend looking at them. They are a very beautiful species. They almost look like when you drop oil in water. They're very metallic. They were found in South America, but made their way over to the US and populated Florida. The population is now thriving in the southern part of the state. Like I said, they are very pretty. I really do like them. They're some of my favorite. Alright, not much on that one, but we are on to our next one. However, I will take a short intermission to do an ad break, so give me 1 second on that. We will be back in a minute. Are you looking for cool earrings and don't know where to find them? Well, you've come to the right place. I am a small business. I have started making my own earrings. I started up in 23 and I have been trying my best to get rolling ever since then. And I do my best to make sure that all my product is high quality, and a lot of love does go into everything I make. Everything is also clean. I do my best to make sure that my station as well as myself are always kept super sanitary and super clean. A lot of hand washing goes on through the whole process. If at any point in time I do end up scratching my face, inadvertently touching my nose, my mouth, anything at all, if I go to take a drink, it's always really far away. I just want to ensure that all of my product stays very clean, because I do understand how important that is. So if you are looking for something like that, you have definitely come to the right place. I do my best to have a wide variety of very cute and cozy items through all the seasons. Now, if you may have noticed from what I was wearing earlier, my earrings have changed, and that is because this is something that I have made. The previous ones were not, and I'm so sorry if that was loud just now. But we got these. These ones are a personal pair of mine, so do not be afraid. They will not go on sale, and nothing that I ever sell has been worn. If you are concerned about it, I can assure you that is not a possibility. I will never sell anything that has been in anyone's ears. None of my product will ever touch ears before they hit the shelves. So, if you are wondering what I have in store, I do have a bit to show off today. If you are wondering, oh, well, I just want to get something cute and cozy. I'm having some party coming up and I want to spicing up the place. I have a variety of styles. I have these little gummy bears here. I have some different bears. I have glow in the dark. I have different sized bears as well. I think I said that. But I have different styles of those. I have I have these as well, little skeletons. And I also have a variety of miscellaneous shapes, if that's more your thing. I have some Christmas lights, but if you're not religious, then that's fine. They could be just lights if that's really what you wanted. Because I'm not here to judge. You do what you want. But I also have these. And like I said, if those are not... If those are not your style, then fret not. I try my best to have something for everyone. And if that is you, and you are searching for something new and fun and different, I really hope that I could be someone that you come to find those, because I also have something like this, and I think those are so cute. But like I said, if all of that's not your style, feel free to look at my Instagram. There is a plethora of things there that you may find something that you do want, and I really hope you do. I try my best to market all my stuff fairly priced, fairly cheap, but I do also do my best to market to how much goes into it. All my stuff is silver and silver plated because, trust me, I get it. Ear infections suck, and if you are sensitive to metals, I completely get that too. Whenever I was growing up and I was in middle school, I had loads of ear infections, and I'm sorry if that sounds gross, but I get it. They bled, they hurt, and that is not for the weak, and that is not fun. Excuse me. But no, I try my best to make sure that all my stuff is user-friendly, and all my things do come with backings. If you did not see, I do make sure to put rubber backings on all my stuff. I do also have different varieties of product. I have these, like I said, I have lights, Christmas lights, decorative lights, holiday lights, whatever you want to call them. They are yours if you'd like them. I want to make everyone feel more comfortable. I do also have, if you are more interested in characters and you like the thought of it, I have miniature Funkos. All you have to do is go and check my Instagram. I will see if I can put a image up there for you, but it is picturesque_poodle. I am on Instagram. I have a couple posts. I'm trying to get some more stuff out there right now, but feel free to go look at my stuff. I have a Mercari and an Etsy, so I am able to ship if that's what you need. But I really hope I can help you find that outlet, because I was there once. That is exactly why I started my business, because I could never find something that I liked. So I just thought, heck, I'll make my own. So I did, and I've been doing that ever since, and I've been doing pretty good. I do markets, and I sell on Instagram and Mercari, like I said, and I've done pretty good. And I used to live stream and it didn't work out, so I just held off on the moment. So if that is what you're looking for, feel free to check out my Instagram, and I hope you have a great day. See you back in the video. Alrighty guys, welcome back. And I did not mention, but I will have a link in the description below if you are interested, because sometimes it is a little hard to find accounts. So I completely get it, but I will have a link down below for you to find that. Anyways, onto that next species. We are going to be discussing the polka dot clown weevil. Sorry, polka dotted clown weevil. And they live in the Philippines, and before I get started more, there is not a lot that I could find on these. I just found various photos, but I did my best to find what I could, but there was not a lot of information I could get on these, but I do recommend looking at these images of these as well. I think these are very pretty. They remind me of pointillism. If you don't know what that is a form of painting where it's just meticulous dots in specific colors. There are very many cool paintings that use pointillism, and I think some of them are very pretty. Anyways, they make their homes in decaying wood and plant matter, and have the ability to digest cellulose, allowing them to thrive in these certain environments that are more rich with these kind of materials and stuff. But they do eat the dead and decaying matter, and they are big decomposers. So they are very important. They help decompose these materials so that they do not build up. They are one of the many creatures that help with this. If they were not there, not only them, but other species as well that do that, if they were not there, then the world would be full of dead and decaying matter. There's a lot of species that help decompose. There are a lot of species that eat sad matter, such as things like turkey vultures. They will eat it, but these help decay further down. Instead of eating them just as is, they help break it down even more on a smaller level. They also, as of right now, are on a scary zone. They are facing threats of habitat loss. Their homes are at risk. because of deforestation and climate change. These poor babies will have nowhere to go eventually if we do not get ourselves in check. And that would be really sad to lose such a pretty species. In my opinion, that would be really upsetting. But like I said, they live in the Philippines, so there's not really much I can do from here, but it is great to know about these species while they are here, because once they are gone, they're gone. A lot of times they don't come back. Also, their habitat must be protected to ensure their survival. Not just them live in the Philippines, in these forests, in these wildlife zones. They are not the only thing that is in danger of losing their homes. Certain animals as well are in danger for things like deforestation. A lot of animals make their homes in trees and various huts in the ground like rabbits do. They make their homes in the bottoms of trees and little tucked away spots and rocks and stuff. So it is important to protect these species and their homes. The wildlife isn't just air. It is something. It is something to them, and it is very important to ensure that these places are protected, because, like I said, once they're gone, they're gone. There's nothing we can do. You could try to rebuild their habitat, but that does not mean they'll always come back, and that is a scary thing. Extinction is not cool, and it is not funny. I really hope that this doesn't happen, and I hope that we can ensure that these animals do always have a place to stay. They are an integral part of our ecosystem and contributing to decomposition. I do find that these are super important, and I really do hope that you enjoyed learning something new about some bugs you may not have known about today. And I do hope that you really enjoyed the video, and if you would like to see more stuff from me, maybe like this, that you would think about subscribing, maybe liking. If there's something that you might want me to talk about, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section down below. And if you have any other thoughts or something to say, you can leave that in the comment section as well. But overall, I really hope you guys enjoyed this, and I see you in the next one. Just make sure to have a great day and take care of yourselves, guys. Drink some water, grab a snack. If you need to, get some sleep. I don't know what time it is for you, but sleep is important. I know I say that now at probably 11:30 at night, but sleep is important. Please take care of yourselves. Like I said, get some sleep, get a snack, get some water. If you need to, take a shower. But remember, you are important, you're special, you're loved. Take care and good night, guys.